Oh yeah, good serve. Good. Oh please. Okay. Oh my gosh, you good?
Hello beautiful people of the internet, my name is Aaron. Welcome back to the channel. This is King Kinetics if you don't know, and thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about my tennis progression, kind of where I'm at right now, and I'm pretty much starting this as a new series. This is going to be Road to 4.0. So I'm coming back from a long break. It's been about 10 years since I've been playing consistently, seriously, and it's been crazy. I've been playing a lot with a couple friends, some guys that I recently met, which has been really awesome. They're probably playing at about a 4.0, USTA 4.0 or 4.5, and I'm trying to learn everything I can from them, and it's been a lot of work, a lot of time spent out on the courts. As long as I'm not at work, then I'm out there working on my tennis. And it's been hard, it's been fun. My body is not used to it. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to watch some of the footage that I have collected just from when I started, which was about November 1st till about now. I have footage ending on the 16th of December. And I'm filming this today on the 22nd of December. So this should be kind of a good summary of kind of where I've been at and where I've gotten to, and in terms of some of my ground strokes, as well as serves and some other playing points that I have. Yeah, it's been hard, it's been a lot, but I definitely think that there's progression, and I think it's going to just continue. All right, so the first thing I want to do is watch some footage from me and Kevin. This was the 1st of November, so this was one of our first times hitting together still, and we were just kind of developing our rhythm, trying to make sure to keep balls kind of in place. And of course, he's really good at it. You know, he's a good player. Myself, not so much. So I'm working a little bit harder to try and do that. And hadn't really pinpointed much in terms of kind of where I needed to fix things or sort of work on things yet. Still just trying to get out more and hit. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at here. So let's take a look at some of this footage and kind of see where that's at. Right off the bat, I can see that I'm not moving as much as I'd like to be. Just kind of looking back at some of the stuff from early on. This in particular, I can tell. You know, I was just trying to find the sweet spot. Really just trying to find my racket kind of contact point. And there's my famous flamingo. This thing that I've coined, which is just kind of my backhand. I have a one-handed backhand, and I usually like to lift my left foot up for whatever reason. I have no idea why, but that is a habit that you will see has slightly changed since this time of recording. But yeah, and here we are trying to do some cross-court forehands, something that we still work on, you know, to this day. And you can just see that I'm having a lot of movement in my body, just kind of extra movement that I wouldn't say is very conducive to some of the hitting. It doesn't feel like it's going to help, you know, the ground stroke. It doesn't feel like it's going to put better pace or placement kind of on that ball. For whatever reason, I don't know why I developed that habit. It's kind of an unfortunate habit, but it's something that just over time has kind of happened. But yeah, so that was that. Let's take a look at the rest here. And so now we're looking at November 7th. This is the first set that Kevin and I played. And this is up on the channel, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I'd recommend you do. And this is just kind of, I think, the first point. And there you go, I lose that one. Get a not so great return.
Sorry.
But I end up whaling one right at him. And Kevin takes the first game, of course, and yeah, we're just hitting some balls back and forth. And again, you can kind of see there's just too much movement in my body, and you know, just something that I think is a bit of a pattern. You know, I continuously seem to have issues with just extra movement, and you'll see it in my legs, you'll see it in my feet, my arms. It's just kind of throwing things a little bit extra that might not need to be thrown in there. Kind of funny. So anyway, moving forward now, let's take a look here. We have the 21st of November, and this is some cross-court backhands that I'm playing with Kevin with, and
Whoa.
That's an even better hit.
Please? Oh.
And yeah, just struggling to keep
The worst.
in the court. You know, these big loopy, you know, high loopy balls that are just nowhere near where they should be. And one thing I'm noticing too is just not really following through as much on some of these as I should. There I kind of did, but definitely not as much as I want to be. And
Big sad.
we're aiming for this. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
We're aiming for this cone right there, and that's definitely something that that is fun to practice, right? But if you can't even get it to where your opponent or your partner's backhand is, then what's the point, right? That's what it felt like to me, at least. And even to this day, when we're practicing those, it doesn't really feel like I'm making much progress. So definitely still something to work on. But yeah, so that was the 21st of November, and so just having seen those 3 days of playing and kind of picking up on a few things that I definitely noticed needed work. And actually, I'm not too sure if we saw the serves on the game on the 7th with Kevin, that set. But my serve was also pretty bad. I double faulted quite a few times, and that was something that pretty quickly I was able to sort of identify as a problem area of my gameplay. And so now looking at those backhands, this is the 24th of November, and that was something that I really knew needed to be adjusted. And on the 21st, I started kind of bringing the left foot down. If you just look at that one more time, bringing that left foot down and really trying to focus on having less extra movement. That was really important for me, and definitely didn't want to just keep throwing things out there. But anyway, so yeah, let's take a look here at the 24th now. This is going to be some hitting backhands with the ball machine, and just real quick, kind of seeing me focus more on following through, trying to really keep that left foot down. And it was super cold that day, so definitely was interesting. But yeah, that was one thing there. And now 28th of November, so this is the second set that I play with Kevin, and first one resulted in, of course, a 6-0. He just blew me out of the water. It was crazy. He's an amazing player. But yeah, so this second one, and let's just take a look at some of this. So I finally get a few decent serves in, and those were feeling pretty good. Still hitting with a little bit extra pace, more than I think I want to. But I feel like I'm hitting a little bit better. Not a great first serve there. And then I double fault, and so yeah, I think just kind of showing that I'm not where I want to be on my serves, and so that kind of leads me up to this day, which is the 11th of December. And so now I'm focusing on kind of serves. I'm just working on serves. And one of the upgrades I did on the 21st of November, I ended up getting new shoes. I ended up getting a new pair. The shoes I'd been playing with were probably, man, 6-7 years old, very old, and I could feel it out on the court. It was not very comfortable at all. Here, at this point, I'm still kind of focusing on finding a second serve. And this was something that I think Kevin and I identified pretty quickly, especially after the 7th, right, the first day that we played that set. We just realized that there was no real second serve, and I was giving away so many points just because I couldn't even get that second serve in, right? So I couldn't find something to start the play with, which was really unfortunate. And so this leads to finally the 16th of December, which was a tie break that I played with Kevin. And I think I'm just going to let this whole thing play out. And just kind of see what happens here.
Nope.
Dang it.
No.
Dang it. Okay.
And so you can already see double faults out the wazoo. And then finally some hitting starts here. Barely get that one over the net.
Oh, Shrek! 4-1.
And we are up to 4-1. Kevin's leading here. I get a rough backhand return. Try and follow through with that. Little slice. Get it back, and then...
Oh! I think I was long, actually.
Yeah.
Just barely called
shot.
that long.
Oh.
Kevin
long.
misses. Return another one.
Wow.
And we're at 3-4. Kevin's still in the lead here.
Oh yeah, good serve, good serve.
I'm able to get one on him here. Missed the first, get the second in.
Oh my God.
I whiff on that backhand
Oh,
return. Kevin gets it over
Nice.
for a
Boy.
let. That was his first, his second. And I
got
knock
too
it back a
excited.
little
Yeah.
too excited. Not quite there.
Close.
Get that second in. Little long.
A little long.
Yeah.
6.
6 all. Here
Six
we
all.
go. Really focus on staying grounded here. Trying to keep those high percentage ground strokes, those cross courts. I look for a little bit of an angle. And I just read it
That was good.
wrong, man. I don't know what
It was?
I don't know what happened there. I
I read
read
it
that
kinda
one and
weird.
it was right on the line.
7-6.
Yeah,
Ended up being in.
almost.
Pulls me out wide here. Slice back. Definitely not enough pace.
Oh.
Good hit.
Sorry, did I bother
He
you?
gets it over,
mean?
just barely
said,
over the
oh,
net
shit.
right there.
I don't know. I didn't
Okay.
hear it.
And I
8-6.
wasn't in position, footwork, and then, yeah.
I was out for
It
sure.
was? Okay.
He hits
7-8.
one out, and then 7-8.
No.
He's in
Yeah.
the lead.
Back.
Double fault.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Really,
Missed
really
my
high.
first serve.
Too high.
It's a game point. And I whiff.
Oh.
Got 2.
And that's it. And that was 7-10 final score for that tie break. And so this, I believe, to be some of the best playing that I've ever had. And, you know, I know it's not much considering I lost, and it definitely wasn't the best tennis playing by far, but it was my best tennis playing, at least, that I've seen in a while. I kept up, and I think the big thing there was just changing my kind of mentality going into my service, going into the serves. And so making sure that I'm not overdoing it on my first serve, which would constantly result in a serve that was not going in or going wide or going long, or just somehow messing that up. And then also just making sure that my second serve was something with a little bit more spin and definitely pulling back on pace, making sure that I was focusing on that and trying not to really overexert myself on my serve. And then on top of that, also making sure that I'm playing high percentage shots. So I was just trying to keep those ground strokes basically cross court if I could, unless I saw an opening for something that was slightly more advantageous to that moment. And so those are the main things that I've been looking at, focusing on. And I think it shows. I hope it shows. Going from, you know, these sets that I played with him, with Kevin in particular, where I was going 6-0, you know, both times, and it felt like gave away so many points to double faults. And even though I did still in this tiebreak, it felt like I'd made a ton of progress, and still a lot of progress to make. But now I think things are a little bit easier in terms of identifying and kind of moving forward what I need to keep working on. But yeah, anyway, regardless, thank you folks for watching. I hope that was insightful. I hope that was interesting. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next one. So if you enjoy this content, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking in the comments. So yeah, thanks again. Peace.